Hey you, my name is Anthony, and today we're going to go through the gear that I use to make the show happen. I have a live stream that I do 3 times a week on Twitch and YouTube and Daily Motion and Periscope, and I thought, why not have a bit of a run through on how everything kind of works together. It's taken me a couple of months pushing all kinds of weird bits together, trying out a whole lot of different stuff, selling stuff, buying stuff, fixing a whole lot of different things. So I thought, let's go through it. Let's work it all out, and I'll show you from start to finish how it's all set up. Welcome to my bedroom floor. Here's where I'm going to show you on a diagram, as well as with some cuts to the actual things that I use to make the show happen. This is an old whiteboard that I got, and it works out really good. I'm Pickle Rick, bitch. Everything about the show, everything that I do, it starts off with my main laptop, which is, middle of the run, 13-inch HP Pavilion, running Windows Core i5 4210U PC at 1.7 gigahertz with 4 gig of installed RAM. Not the best computer in the world, but it means that I can study with it, I can go to uni with it, I can download all the music that I need to download. It does everything that I need it to do, and it's super portable. Once I've gathered all the songs that I need and everything that I want to do, I connect my PC to my Traktor Control S5, which is a fantastic little DJ controller. It's got 4 channels on it, no jog wheels, instead it's got little screens, which I really like. I think it's great, and the ability to play stems. To make sure my voice sounds good when I'm either live streaming or doing a YouTube video, I was finding that kind of plugging my microphone directly into the S5 wasn't really sounding very good. So I went on eBay and bought this super cheap Behringer 5-channel preamp. So I plug my microphone into the preamp, and it sounds delightful. I picked it up for really cheap. I think brand new, they're about 30 bucks. So what I do with that is that I connect it to my microphone. Now the microphone I use is the second microphone I've ever owned. My sister gave it to me for Christmas, and it's a Sony F420 golden microphone, which I really, really like. It's a massive improvement from the SingStar microphone that I was using before. So combined with the microphone, the preamp into the Traktor S5, I can record my show, and I can send an output into what I think is the beating heart of the operation. A very important, maybe not the beating heart, but definitely the spinal cord, the thing that connects everything up, which is my ACO sound card. It's a separate sound card that I got this one secondhand as well. It's an M Audio Connective Synchro Science, and I double checked eBay Australia, and they're going for like 30 bucks, and it's got crystal clear sound, and it means that I can send kind of an analog input from RCA cables to a box that digitalizes the signal for another computer. What I then do is connect it up to a second PC, which is an old laptop that I rebuilt from high school, which is a very old 15-inch HP Pavilion. I've always liked HPs. They have heating problems, but I do like them. They're really, really cool. So I had to get a new fan installed. I got all the thermal pasting redone for it. I, re-imaged it, did all of that kind of thing. And it serves me well. I can connect all of my cameras up to it. I can run OBS from it. And it takes the load off my main computer, which just cannot handle OBS and everything that I want to do live. So that was my kind of mentality for putting. On a secondary input on my Traktor S5, I have a direct master link out to my amp. It's my stereo amplifier that my dad had up in the closet for like 20 years or something like that. He'd never used it. So when I was about maybe 15 and I was looking to get some speakers, my dad said, hey, why don't you have this? It's a JVC AX22, I believe from the late 80s, early 90s. I'm not too sure, but it sounds great, and I can connect all my speakers up to it, and even better, it was totally for free. So yeah, amazing. Now, because my secondary OBS PC, the old HP 15-inch, just doesn't have enough USB cables, I had to go and get a Sonic USB tower. So that's got 5 or 6 USB inputs where I can connect all of my cameras. Connected to that tower, I have 2 Logitech C920s. What I read online was that they were the hallmark in camera technology, and they're surprisingly abundantly available. Maybe there's a lot of streamers that kind of give up. I'm not too sure, but I got both of them at the same time secondhand, which was really, really cool. Now, the next input that I use is a HDMI capture card. Now, something that I learned was that sometimes you just have to spend the money and get the right thing. I tried 3 different video game capture cards, including the Ava Media, the Razer fancy one, as well as another magic black box thing, and none of them were working. All I wanted to do was to have the live footage from my DSLR camera go into a computer. In the end, after doing some research, I settled on the USB Capture HDMI by Magewell. It came in the shittiest box I've ever seen, but it works like a goddamn dream. As well as that, I have a cheap, full HD 180p camera that doesn't have a brand. I got it on Amazon for $30 and I kind of set that up as my Traktor viewing camera, as well as another Logitech 300. Now, this camera is very special to my heart because of how kind of disgusting it looks, but it does the job. I also connect my OBS keyboard so I can switch between scenes. I got this keyboard for free because it was in the closet from an old PC that we weren't using in the house. So to be able to see what I'm doing, I have to set up the camera in such a way where I can't actually see a monitor. So what I did was I took my old iPad, which had a whole lot of cracks in it. It was, it's on the verge of breaking. It's super slow. And I installed a program called Duet. And I think on the App Store, I paid about $15 for that app. And what it does is it replicates the screen. So I suspend that on a tripod so I don't have to look back at the monitor. I can just look directly at the iPad. So I've got that connected as well. The DSLR that I use to film everything is a second-hand Nikon D3400. Even though Dad's old amplifier is old, it's fantastic. It's got 3 separate inputs so I can connect my vinyl, I can connect my CD player, and I can connect a radio tuner to it, as well as a 4th input for RCA. So the output of that amplifier goes to 4 different speakers, all the same speakers, Wharfedale Zaris 1000s. I think that they're great for everything that I need. I don't think that they're the perfect kind of studio monitors, but I kind of got them one at a time. I've got 2 new ones and 2 ones that I got secondhand, and they sound really, really good. I think the bass is maybe a little bit too hard, but when you get a free amplifier, it all kind of works. What I've done was I suspend them on 2 upside down candle holders that I got from Kmart for $2 each, and I think they look super futuristic. I think they look really, really cool. Last of all, I have a beautiful 28-inch ViewSonic monitor that I bought off one of my best friends secondhand because he was upgrading to 4K. Oh my god, 4K. I use this monitor so I can see what tracks I'm about to play, as well as any notes that I have for the radio show when I do it live. So it's not quite the same as the iPad, which is a direct view of the DSLR that's filming my face. It's a big screen that I can use to see whatever I'm playing, whatever the Traktor controller is doing. So there it is, guys. This is my setup. It is, like I said, it's taken me a while to kind of fit it all together, but in the end, I'm super happy with it. And if you have any questions about any of the gear that I use, definitely hit me up, because it's taken me a little while to kind of do my research and actually put it all together. So yeah, look at it. It's awesome. And we're going to transfer back to my face in 3, 2, 1. Hello. So that is the tour. That's kind of how all of my gear fits together if I ever want to, do a show for SoundCloud or Mixcloud or any kind of live streaming. A couple of things I didn't mention was working at the bitrate for OBS. That took a little bit of time, but there's some really good tutorials on that. Maybe I'll do one day. I don't even know. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Is that even a good ending? I don't know how do I end a video? I don't know. Yeah, I'm wearing different clothes because it's another day. I realized that my laptop isn't fast enough to render a whole video, so I've had to do it in 3 different parts. And it's the next actual day. So, what do you know? Okay. Do I say smash the like? No idea. If you have any questions, I'm your dude. My name's Anthony. This is Extra B Radio. Enjoy.